if you want to write as a scientific notation, if I give you a number, so 125000. So this number can be written as a scientific notation. That means you are going to write it as, after the first decimal must come into the first number, after the first non-zero number. So you are going to have 1.25000, because your number is your dot is come from here. So how many times you need to shift it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You shift it 5 times, let me times it by 10 to the power of 5. So when you shift it to that side, it's going to be 10 to the power of positive. Okay, on the other hand, if I have 0.002512, so that means I'm going to shift it this way, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to write 2.512 times 10 to the power of minus 3. When you shift the other way, this way, that means your power is to the power of negative. Yeah. Okay, so that is what you have to do. Now, the next step I want you to do, I want you to round it to 2 significant figures or 3 significant figures. So this is 2 scientific notations. Significant figures, that means I'm going to, if I want to round it to 3 significant figures, so that means it's 1.25, all this 0 is gone. So times 10 to the power 5. If this one, I want you to round it to 5 significant figures. So that will be 2.5120, because at the moment it's only 4. Okay, then times 10 to the power minus 3. If this is 5 significant figures. So if I want to round it to 2 significant figures, so it will be 2.5. Make sure you don't put a 0. Otherwise the 0 will count, isn't it? So then 10 to the power minus 3. This is 2 significant figures. Is it all good? What about 1 significant figure for this number? What would that be? We look at that number. It's 5, so we need to round up. So it's going to be 3 times 10. This is, yeah. Make sense? Yeah. All good? Ready to try? Yeah, try the questions on the first column there. Yeah. So first thing I want you to write it as standard form. That means scientific notation, standard form. So for the first one, how many times are you going to shift it? Shift it to right after the 2, because your number is you have 268. Okay, so I need my dot is right there. I need to shift it all the way to here. So that means you are going to write 2.6815. Normally the 0 after that I'm not going to write. Times it by 10 to the power of, you shift 3, 6, 7, 8 to that side. That means it's going to be positive to the power of 8. And step 2, you need to round it to 4 significant figures. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the 5th one. 5th one is more than 5 or 5 or equal. So you are going to round it up. Yeah. Is that what you have? Look at the 4th number. Yeah, the 5th number, isn't it? Yeah, 4 significant figures. Yes, what about that one? That one is, things haven't changed. So this is question A, then you have question C, you have 0.000007. So where's the dot has to go to? It has to go to right here, right? So you're going to have 7 point. Okay, at the moment you might want to put 0, or you leave it alone, just like that, and then times it by 10 to the power of, you shift it 6 times to the right. That means it's minus 6 in here. Okay, so you can put some number in here or without. Doesn't matter at this stage. Okay, because you're just moving it. Then you want to round it to 4 significant figures. How many significant figures is this one? 1. Not enough. So we need to put a decimal. So 7.1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Any number after the first value is going to count. Any 0 on the back. All count. Good. That will be it. Okay. And for question E, the really first step, if you want to, put it in calculator. Yes, put the whole thing in the calculator. Do you get the big value? Yes, you got that. Yes, good. That's what we are going to do. Whenever they give you a lot of number, just put the whole lot in the calculator and get that number up first. That's your step 1. So the value I get is 2, 3, no, 2, 3. Okay, that's the number we get, right? Now we are going to put a dot. That means the dot has to go here. That means 3. Okay, so let's write it out first. 2800,280 times 10 to the power of, what would that be? How many times you share it? 8 or negative 8? Which one? 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And to 4 significant figures, look at the 5th value. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th one is right here, is 0. So that means all of this will be gone. So that means 3.428.
So do we just put the decimal point after the first number?
Yes, after the first number all the time. Yes, a lot of number to put. Okay, after the first number, that means 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yes, and you 4 significant figures. Yes, perfect. Good job, good job. Yes. Good, perfect number.
Does that just stay as?
Yeah. So,
I know.
yes, you will have a 3. Yes. Yes, correct. Now you have 4 significant figures. Good. Sorry. If you want, you can put the whole lot in one go. Yeah. Okay, you can try to put this one into calculator. When you have something big like this, you can put them all in. Yeah. Very good. Yes. 4 significant figures. Yes, that's good.
Do I still need? Oh.
The power, no, you can just write a 1. Yes, if you write a 1 in there, that's fine. Yeah. Times 10. Yeah, that would do. That would do. I think this is it. Yes. Yeah. Too many, right? Yeah. Good, good, that's right. Very good. Okay. So if you look at question 2, the first question I want you to write an ordinary number. That means write it in expanded form. Write it like this. It's a big number. So when you have 10 to the power of 10, how many zeros do we have? Yeah, put it in calculator. Does it give you a good number? It doesn't. It still gives you the same number. So that means you will have 10 zeros. 10 to the power of 10, you will have 1 with 10 zeros. So that's what you're going to write. Okay, you're going to have that. A lot of zeros. If you forget, what you can think of is that if I have 10 to the power of 2, means 10 times 10. Is that right? That means you are going to have 2 zeros. So that means when you have 10 to the power of 10, that means you have 10 times 10 times 10. That means you should have 10 zeros in there. Oh, good. Then you can look at the second one. So, so what do you think you have to do for question B? Talk about the cells and then talk about the length. What are you going to do with those two numbers there? Okay, you already have that number. And what do you think you have to do with the part A number? So that means the part A say that the brain cells, you have a lot of it. You have a lot of brain cells. And part B saying that each brain cells, you are going to have 2.8 times 10 to the power minus 5 meter long. So if you have that many, and each of this is that long, so what do you need to do with these two numbers? Times them. That's right. You are going to take this, times it by that. Or you can write 10 to the power 10 if you want to. Yes. Yes, so to avoid the mistake of the 0. Yeah. In terms of calculator, yes, we do. Okay, so you are going to get quite a big number. That is in terms of meter, right? So we can change it to scientific notation again or to standard form. So how do you write that in standard form? Yes, and yes, yeah. That is 4 significant figures, right? If in here it doesn't say any significant figure, you can just write 2.8 times 10 to the power 5. But any of those answers are good answers. Yeah. Good. the next page, I want you to try to do the problem solving and see what does it want you to do. This one is per second. So okay, so if you can travel 300 kilometer per second, so every second you can travel that much. In 2 seconds, how far can you travel?
That times 2.
That times 2. Does it make sense? Yeah. Now you are going to, I'm asking you how far can you travel in 1 minute? That means 1 minute is equal to how many seconds? 60. So every second you can travel 300,000. So if you have 60 seconds, so what do you need to do with this number?
Times.
That's right, that's right. That is what you are going to do with part A. Times by 60. So that will give you how many kilometer per second, per minute. So don't worry about this one. You can just calculate that. Good, good. And then in 1 hour, so 1 minute, you know you can travel that much already. In 1 hour, how many minutes in 1 hour? 60. So you need to times it by another 60.
Times this.
Yes, this is for 1 minute. Now you go 1 hour, so that means you have 60 minutes. So you're going to times it by 60. So we have 1.8 times 10 to the power of 7. Yeah. Okay. Question B, you're going to have 1.8 times 10 to the power of 7 times it by 60 again. Okay. Question C, in 1 day, how many hours in a day? 24. You times it by 24, and you're going to get a new number. And in 1 year, let's keep it as the 365 days in a year. I'm going to do 8. Is my answer on this the same with yours one? Is my answer right? Yeah, it's right. Okay, and the last one, let's keep it as 365 days. So that means you are going to take this number and times it by 365. And for part 4 or part C, okay. So I want you to think about, we have so many numbers in here. We have a lot of it. And it asks you how far, this one in here is kilometer per second. This one in here is going to be kilometer per minute. This one is kilometer per hour. This is this one. This one will be kilometer per day. This is kilometer per year. Okay. Right, these are all the units we have. Then on the last part of the question, I asked you, how far is travel if you go for 4.1 minutes? Which one do you think will be the best one to use? The first one is talking about second. the second is talking about minutes. And now we are talking about minutes, isn't it? So 1 minute, you can travel 1.8 times 10 to the power 7. If you have 4.1 minutes, that means you are going to times it by 4.1 again. Yes. All good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there an answer to question 4?
Which one? The last one? This one?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no answer for it. I did not type out the answer. Okay, let's see. What did you do? So 85 years old. Okay. 85 bits times it by 60. That is for 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 minute and then 1 hour.
Yeah.
Times it by 60 again, right? And then times it by per day.
Yeah.
And then times it by per year.
Yeah, and then times it by 80.
Yeah, that looked like a good number. Yes. Okay. This one is 6. You miss out a 0.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay, this one. Good. So far so good. You have it. This is per minute?
Yeah.
Yes. Then per. This is per minute. Oh. Per. Okay, from minutes to hour, you need to times by this one times 24 instead of 60. Yes. Is that? No. That is day. You are right. You're right. Okay. Yep. Good. Then per day.
And then this times
24. Yes.
Wait.
Yes. Good. That's per day.
And that times 85.
No. This is,
Divide.
no. This is per day, 1 day. And in 1 year, that means how many days?
360.
Yeah, so you need to times this by 365 days. That means a year per year. Yeah, that's per year. And then, how many years is a person live for?
Wait, is that correct?
Oh, that is not yet finished. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. So far, so good. And then this number is going to times it by
85.
yes, because the person lived for 85 years. Yeah. Yes. Okay, next please. Yeah, I'm going to do a bit more financial. Simple interest. Should be good. Okay, the only formula you need to know is I equal to PRN. Interest equal to principal times by rate times by number of year. So I equal to PRN. If you want to, you can write on top of it. I means interest. P is your principal. And R is the rate. And N is number of year. Okay, so you only have 4 pieces of information. I always give you 3, and you only need to find out 1. And then I need you to apply your algebra skill. So the rate is always in terms of percentage, or if I want to find the rate, make sure you times it by 100 at the end after you find out the Okay, pull out the information. Which one is your interest? Are you looking for the rate or are you looking for the year? So let's pull them out one by one. So for the first questions, you are looking for? What is the first thing you can find out? What is the 5,000? Yeah, your P is 5,000, good. And then you have your rate is 12%, that's the only percentage in there. And you go for 5 years. So that means you're able to find out the interest. So you'll find out the interest, did you? And you get interest equal to 5,000 times it by the rate, which is how many percent? 12, yeah. And times it by 5 years, right? So what did you get? 3,000? Okay. 3,000 is the interest, but the question doesn't ask you for the interest. The question is asking you how much will the person get back. So if I lend you $5,000, you're going to pay me interest of 3,000. And remember, you still need to pay me the $5,000, right? So the total payment is going to be 5,000 plus by 3,000. This is your principal plus the interest. You need to pay everything back, which will give you 8,000. That's what you are going to get. Make sense, right? Yeah.
Is that correct?
Okay, find the simple interest rate. Yes, yes. Okay, calculate it out first. Good, good.
But is that all like?
Yes, whatever you get in here. Okay, so you're able to type these two together, right, in the calculator, and then work out the R first. Yep. Okay, so you have 850. Yep. Yes. How do you find out R? The last step.
Like divide.
Good, good, good. Divide it over. Good.
Right.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Which divided by which?
850 divided by.
Yes, yes, yes. That's correct. Yeah. That is correct. Yes. Yeah. That's right. So it's going to be a small number. Yeah, write out the number. Right. This rate is in terms of decimal. And you need to change it to percentage. That means times it by 100 with that. Yeah. This is in terms of decimal. Change it to percentage. Yeah, that's the only things that you need to remember. Yes. And round it to 2 decimal places. Yes, that's it. Good. Always remember that. So we have that. That's good. So how much is the interest for this one? It's not that either. Okay, so are you looking at question 4 as well? Yes, okay. This question, the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, let's look at the number you have. So the first number that I have is question 4. Let's put up number. So the first number is 2256. What is that? What do you think this number is? I, P, R, or N? Can be either I or P only, isn't it? N is not. So is this the beginning investment, the money you put in, the money you start with? Do you think this is the money you start with? Yeah? Okay, let's see how it works. Okay, after 5 years of investment in simple interest, and investment has accumulated to it. Investment, this is your investment, so this is the money you start with. So yes, this is your principal. Oh, good. And now the next number I try to trick you, which is this number, which is 2989.20. So what I say is that it accumulates from here to there. So this is your initial, you put in this money in the bank, and eventually you have that in the bank. Is this your interest? No, not really, not really. It's just, some of them is your money, isn't it? So how much is the interest? So the interest will be, you are taking this is the end result minus whatever you start with. That will give you the interest. This is the extra step you need to work out. I did not give you the interest straightforward. You have the interest, you have the principal, and then you have the year, and you're looking for?
Oh.
Yes. Good. So what do you think about the 28,000? What is that for? For question 5. Do you think that is your principal? Yeah, yep, it has to be principal. And then 7,560. Does it similar to question 4 or actually it's not? Let's read carefully. So you have, for how long will 28,000 need to be invested to earn $7,560 if the flat rate interest is 4.5%? So this is what you want to earn, isn't it? So that means this must be your interest already. Yes. Yep. And of course, this is a rate because it's percentage in there. Quite straightforward. So the only tricky part I can put in is just the interest. Whether I tell you the interest or I'm not telling you the interest.
I
Yes.
got
You got 6.
It's 60.
Okay. So you have 28,000.
I times it by 4.5%.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and then I got
Mm.
that answer, and then I just did 7,560 to
Yeah.
calculate
What did you get, Kushi?
I'm not done yet.
You are not done yet. Okay, let's see. 28,000. Yeah, it's 6 years. It's not 60 years. 6 years. Yes, yes. It's 6 years. Yeah, the answer should be 6 years. And let's put extra 0 somewhere. Yep. You're right. You're good. Good job. Okay. What do you understand? Okay.
I'm a bit confused on what to do.
So what is the question talking about Dominic in here?
It's saying how long he took to pay off the loan.
Good.
So do you have to minus it first?
Yes. Yeah, that is your answer for part A. The interest charge, that is that much. Good. Sometimes you don't have to do much calculations.
I don't get.
Very confusing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it just the rate that I'm finding?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, finding the rate. So you have this. This is a good start already. So what is the principle?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. What is the question talking about Dominic in here? What happened to Dominic?
He needs to pay more.
He need to pay more. And does he invest something or he borrow from the bank?
Or
Yes, he borrow. How much did he borrow?
1,400.
No, he doesn't borrow that much.
Oh,
He did borrow, not quite. Let's look at it carefully. How much is the loan?
This one.
Yes, the loan is 9,000.
Yeah.
Yes, so this one actually is your principal because this is your loan. Good. And you know the interest already, right? Yes. Okay, and what is the rate? Rate is something you want to find. And the year? Yes, you have that. Good. Then you're able to find it out. So, Kushi, what is the principal? How much is the loan?
9,000.
Yes, you have the loan as 9,000. How much did he pay for the interest?
1,400.
Good. Were you able to find out the rate now?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
she pays for it. Is it this
Yes.
plus this?
No.
Or this?
Yes.
This plus this times this?
Yes. Good. That sounds good. Good. Good job.
I know different answers.
You got different answer. Okay, Kushi, what did you get for that one?
1,537.27.
Okay, so can you show me what you put in the calculator? Yeah, they look all good. Look good.
Oh,
Yes.
never mind.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes.
How do I put
This is the common mistake. Okay, did you write out the...
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, this number. So, what is the principal for part D? For part D. So you know the interest. How much is the interest from part
Oh
C?
wait, is it one like the B, the answer for B?
No. The answer for B is how much he need to pay altogether. Okay, for C, you find out the interest, right? Okay, how much is the C?
337 and 20 cents.
So this one is I equal to PRN, that's what you know. And you know that I is 337.20. Principal is really common. Most of the students put in 1,200. Remember the food, when she go and buy, she actually had to pay something. She pay the A, which is $180. So she doesn't borrow the whole $1,200. She only borrow, how much she borrow? She already paid off $180. So how much does she still owe the shop? Yes, put it in calculator.
1,120.
Yes, this is the principal. Okay, just make sure your principal you minus $180. And then the rest should be okay. Times by rate. And what is the year? How long is that?
1.5.
Yes. Or you can think of 18 over 12, which is 1.5 years. Don't put 18. It doesn't go for 18 years. Yeah. Okay, always remember this number. This is the one that need to be careful. All good?
I got 20.
Oh, you
I
got
got 20.
20 as well? Yeah, maybe you're right. Okay, 20, huh? There's the answer. Okay. last piece, I just want you to revise your arithmetic. Yes, the indexes and your equations. Just make sure that is perfect. Remember your little bracket? When you do the minusing, make sure you remember that bracket. So if I ask you to do 4 minus 2x minus 7 on 3, so make sure when you do the LCM, after that you do 4 on 1, right? So you need a 3, and then you times it by 3, so you get a 12. So make sure you have a bracket in here. You have 2x minus 7 on 3. So when you open up, make sure you have that. Okay, so always remember your little bracket there. You forgot to times this one by 2.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Oh, by 2. Yeah, right. Okay. You swap the row. This one should be 6. That one still.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. And then they have 3 plus 6. Yes, yes, yes. That's right. That's right. Oh, this one you do not need to times by 3 because this is already over 1, over 3. This one will be 4x minus 1.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, how do I do this one?
This one is a cross multiply. So okay. So when you have a fractions, only 2 fractions, one on the left, one on the right. So the methods I want you to do is do cross multiply. You will hear me saying this a lot. What I want you to do is multiply this number next to the 6, and then multiply this number behind the 1, next to the 1. So you are going to write as 6, and then write 2x plus 5, and then equal to 1, and then 3x minus 1. Then you have no more fractions. You can do your expansion, you are good on it, and then simplify and see what you are good at. This one is 30. Probably you can get rid of the 6 on the bottom. Yes.
This all level. Are these all level 1?
Oh, yes, I would like it like what you did in here, over 1, over
And
1.
then for like for this, it'd be level 1. And then
You need
these ones.
this one, it look horrible.
Oh wait,
Time,
it's
expand.
just yeah. So it's the 4 on 1, and then I expand this first, and then after is it over 1, or do I?
Yes, yes, then
Okay.
it's over 1 over 1, every single one over 1, yes. Yes, perfect. Good, good, good. Yeah, I think you mean 4 on 6. Oh, yes. Bracket for this one. Yes. 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 And you will have it right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's good. Cool. The other one. They will divide both sides by 10. Okay, I'll let you finish the rest as your homework for this paper. And next week we are going to look at compound interest. And that is almost the end of the first section of your financial maths. Then we are going to look at the linear function as well, the one with a straight line, finding equation and stuff. Alright? Good. Okay, see you next week.